Hey everyone, it is Friday, July 26th, and this is the first actual update post set up. What I'm also going to do is introduce you to what I intend this to be, and that's part of a platform where I can share what I've learned and share the story of Justn over time more clearly, and what's gone on with his life, my life, his brother, his mother, who is my ex, but we are kindly divorced. We are a team, and we really want everyone to be up to date, know what's going on with our boy, and really maybe learn from some of our mistakes through this too. So, hi, I'm Jonathan. I'm Dad, wearing Monty Python. And so, pull up the notes. Well, they're not there. So, anyways, we are waiting to hear back from Children's Flight of Hope with everything to officialize and make sure everything is right, but there is a good chance that they might be covering our flight and some of the flights to and from for follow-up, which is an amazing blessing. We are so grateful to them and everything that they're trying to do for us. Also, the donors on the GoFundMe, you guys are just a blessing. We're $1,550, and we've had some personal donations as well, face-to-face, and some on the way. And we're now looking at, I believe the grand total is around $4,000, and that's substantial, and that's not even touching several other people who have said that they're going to help, and we're just on a marvelous trajectory. I created this GoFundMe 7 days ago. It took me about 3 days to get things to look good enough to go live with after we found out that it was finally time for his surgery. So we're all very, very fucking excited. I've started uploading more documents that show more of what's going on with the Meso-Rex shunt, or known as the Rex shunt for short. Basically, he has a PVT, portal vein thrombosis, at his liver. He developed a lot of collateral arteries that helped keep him going until now, and they weren't enough when he was 4. With the right medication and the right treatments, we were able to push him even further and get him to 10 and a half years old. And there have been a lot of concerns that puberty would be at best devastating for him, at worst devastating for everyone else, and we would lose him. So we are at the fix. Guys, this is what we have been praying for. We found out at 28 weeks he had a heart condition. We had him born 6 weeks early because he wasn't moving and had fluid building up on his heart. This boy has a story of inspiration and hope, and my God, we love him so fucking much. His brother, Joel, doesn't get as much of the awareness, but he has been a miracle himself. Since the first day in the hospital, Joel has been a great, well-behaved, well-informed, loving brother. He is part of our team. He's part of the support for Justn, and he worries about his brother, and it's just a true team love between the two of them, and it warms my heart. You know, if you think about my two boys as different parts of myself, Justn is a lot like the soul. I couldn't have a legacy without him. And Joel is like the heart. He is what inspires me to keep building the legacy. So between them, I am so much more complete. And so it's just a lot of blessings coming our way, and we are very grateful. And it has been a long road, and with Justn's surgery coming up, and then as he grows into the great young man he is, he's going to have a story to tell, and he's going to be able to reach and love people in ways that this world needs. Just so grateful, even rereading some of the notes I took and seeing how dark I was and how much I hurt, but seeing how far I've come and seeing how much I withdrew from everything just to keep the kids alive. That's not always enough. But what I've learned is that it took me time to figure out who the hell I was again, if I ever knew who I was. And so a lot of this is a long-winded thank you and pouring of love to all of you. Also, this is a reminder that we've still got our hope. We're still going great places. And we've got a lot of beautiful opportunities coming. I'd like to invite you, as you come in and out of the video, write any questions you have, because part of what I want to be doing while we're in Chicago for 5 weeks is reading the log, seeing the questions, getting the answers, and then when I go to the next live video, put up the answers to those questions. If you could also share this, because as we go through this, there's going to be a lot of harder lessons, like what it really looks like when a kid is throwing up blood. If you guys want to see pictures, I've got those. It's not the red stuff you expect, it's black. It looks like chocolate cake. It's not pitch black like onyx on my necklace, or bracelet, that's the right word. It is more of a dark chocolate cake. And there's lessons like that that doctors try to prepare you for, but they don't want to scare you too much either and make you live as a scared parent. But they're real lessons. And I've also been working on designing, based on my own growth in the last year and change, a curriculum of sorts where I talk about my Forgotten Hope project and the Ely protocol. I misspoke there. It's not Forgotten Hope. It's Forgotten Optimism. And Forgotten Hope is probably something to write down, though. Because those are all part of how I've been growing through and with what's going on with my son. And there's just so much to unpack from the past, so much to share of the story now that I've got the tools. And I want to hear your questions. I want to try to get you all the information you could want or need. We're going to be in Chicago for 5 weeks. Could be 4 weeks. But likely it's going to be the 4.5 to 5. Just knowing him, knowing how things are, knowing how he has platelet issues sometimes. He's had to go on vitamin K. Sometimes his recoveries are a little bit longer. We will be going up on the 5th. It's about an hour 45 flight usually, direct. We will be at Lurie's Children's Hospital. Starting on the 6th, we're going to have a battery of tests and examinations. And then on the 7th, we have a venography. And then on the 8th, another battery. And then we get to have a weekend where we walk around near the hospital, go to the Children's Museum, have some fun. Then the 12th is the surgery. Don't have the time. A lot of that stuff, as I'm sure you know, you don't know the time until they actually take him back. We'll get an arrival time. It might be 6:30 a.m. It might be noon. Depends. From what I've read, we're looking at a 6 to 8 hour procedure. They do expect, with his unique anatomy inside, that they will probably take a little bit longer. At least I expect that. Also, we are still hopeful that Ronald McDonald House will be able to help out with lodging. We have been told several times that it is not likely. And being divorced, mother and father will not be cohabitating. But we will still be a good team. Also, we will be bringing Joel up for the first week, and then for the first week post-op. Then he will go down with Bryce, which is Jamie's boyfriend. We will take him home, and as long as Joel still feels safe in his skin and isn't having any issues, we will let him stay down for the remainder of it. If he ends up having panic attacks or just really falling apart, we're not going to abandon him alone either, though. So there's that. There's going to be about 10 follow-up appointments that have to be in Chicago, from everything we understand, over the next 5 years, but 5 of them in the first year. Make sure everything's staying together, staying open, and that everything works right. Again, we're just so grateful, and because of the rare opportunity to actually know what's going on, I've actually made a neat little binder. It's got one of my favorite pictures of Justn before we were dyeing his hair. Got a picture of his brother after dyeing the hair, because why not? And then all kinds of notes and everything in here. Questions and answers, again, throw those in the chat. To-do list, packing list. If you think of anything, suggestions that I might forget to pack, throw them in there. We're taking the Switch. I want to bring the PS4, but that's not realistic. And I'm going to be teasing him because I'm buying the Wolfenstein for the Switch, but I have to play ahead of him to make sure that there's no sneaky scenes in there. And now he's going to have every right to claim it from me whenever I want to use it, little monkey. But everything from scribble notes, to-dos, email lists, lodging ideas. And so I actually just got an email here. Let me see. The coordinator just emailed me, said that they believe 20 minutes drive should be fine. They're waiting to hear back from Joan, who is the nurse practitioner top lady. I don't know her exact rank, so to speak, but I was speaking with lovely Miss Cynthia via email, and she's in the transplant surgery department as well. It's the transplant surgery division that's handling this, because there was a chance he might need a transplant. They're soundly convinced that it's going to just be the shunt, which means we get to learn something new as parents. What the fuck it's like to have a normal kid. We have always lived worried about the fall hitting his spleen, or an accident, or had to pull him out of Taekwondo, which he left because it came time to train with contact. And so all of that added up and changed the foundation of being a parent for 10 years. By the time he's 11, we'll be able to treat him like a normal kid. That still isn't really processing what that's going to mean. Like, what are we going to do different? We've spent the whole life with that. He's still going to have his food allergies, which aren't anaphylactic. They're just, a lot of people have it. It causes upset tummy. And then that whole idea that fear's going to be able to be let go of. It's been a companion for as long as he has. I don't know. It's going to be a lot of learning and a lot of growing on that. And so we are real excited. We're really grateful. We do have some fear. That's to be expected. But the whole idea that the true permanent fix is in, and it's time, is just wonderful. And all of the help and support through the years, and everybody who's sharing this video and liking it and getting it out there, mentioning the GoFundMe /Jags Journey, all helps a huge amount. Thank you so much, and I look forward to more updates.